everybody, so that was our trip to see Detective Pikachu, and spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what happens in Detective Pikachu, or if you haven't seen it yet and you really don't want to know anything about it, then stop watching here. You have a couple of seconds. I'll give you 3, 2, 1. Everybody who's still with us is okay with spoilers or has seen the movie or whatever. Here's our sort of immediate reaction to the Detective Pokemon movie. I thought it was funny. If you're a grown-up and you want to take your kids to a movie, it wasn't too bad. I didn't grow up with Pokemon. I'm sort of the weird generation where Pokemon kind of fits into my young adult / old teenage years, so I really didn't get into Pokemon at any point. I've mostly just paid any attention to it through the kids. Noah, what was your immediate reaction to it?
Yeah, I thought it was definitely a good family movie. I mean, there wasn't anything inappropriate in it.
As I was kind of saying, my background with Pokemon is mostly just watching some episodes over the kids' shoulders while I was doing other things, you know, cartoons that they were watching on whatever, Saturday mornings or stuff a little years ago at this point. It was really strange to me for Pikachu to be talking.
That's a twist. That's very twist.
So in the movie, Pikachu is sort of carrying around the spirit of a human character's father, played by Ryan Reynolds. So because it was Ryan Reynolds, Pikachu was really funny and witty.
I could stop whenever I want. These are just choices. Another round, extra shot, black as night. Thank you, sweetie.
All of the things that you love about Ryan Reynolds, who's the actor who plays Deadpool, and all these other characters. So Ryan Reynolds is funny, and Pikachu being channeled by Ryan Reynolds was funny. But it was really strange for me to see Pikachu saying anything other than Pika Pika. Pikachu walking around making sort of witty comments and things was just really strange to me.
Like, get me a coffee, kid.
So another thing, there were appearances by several very powerful Pokemon in the movie. There was a Mewtwo, which is, I guess, one of the most powerful Pokemon.
Yep.
There was a Kyogre or something. What was the sea serpent? Gyarados. So there was a sea serpent, Gyarados, in the movie. There was a Charizard, who's pretty powerful in the movie. Yeah. So there was a lot of really powerful Pokemon in the movie that was pretty cool to see, even for me, as somebody who, like I said, didn't grow up with them. So there was one of these guys in it. Who's this guy? Blastoise? Mega Blastoise? Yes. So he was in the movie. There was a lot of really cool appearances by a wide range of Pokemon. Did you sort of feel like the animated renderings of the Pokemon were pretty true to their original characters on the cartoon and cards and stuff?
Yes, in some of the characters. There was one Pokemon that I was like...
Didn't quite look right?
I was like, yes, like I know the Pokemon because it has the same colors and design, but like it didn't seem right. Snorlax. It's Snorlax. He was the big, fat, like, blue and white thing that was in the beginning of the movie when Machop, that big, like, forearm guy, was, like, doing the traffic thing. Remember that big bear thing that was sitting in the middle of the road?
Yeah, so
that thing, like, in the anime, it doesn't seem very, like, furry. It just seems kind of, like, slightly hairy. But, like, in the movie, it looked like a freaking ball of fur. And I was just like, yes, but, like, no.
In the movie, humans and Pokemon live together in this utopic city where the Pokemon have jobs and stuff, which is why Pikachu was a detective and why the four-armed guy that you're talking about, Machop, was a traffic cop, I guess.
Telling people to go.
He was like waving cars to go around.
If there's like an intersection of like 4 roadways, he can just hold up all 4 of his arms and be like, "You 3 stop, you guys go."
Yeah, he's a perfect job for him.
He got 4 arms.
For a 4-armed guy. Another thing I wanted to mention that and again, I did not research this online. I don't know if this is already publicly out there or if there's been sort of rumors about this already. But I gotta think that there's probably a sequel coming, and I'll tell you why. They were dealing with these little vials of purple gas that sort of made all the Pokemon go crazy. Wild. And so that was one of the major plot points, is this gas was getting out there and bad guys were trying to spread the gas and all that sort of thing. Anyways, on all of the things of gas, the purple gas, little vials of purple gas, they had an R logo that they just called the stuff R. And to me, it looked a whole lot like the logo for Team Rocket. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
But there was no mention of Team Rocket that I can recall. There was no Team Rocket in the game whatsoever.
Here's what I'm thinking. I think that could be a good idea, and I think that could be possible, but most of the time Team Rocket is not separated from the concept of Ash Ketchum.
Well,
so they might have to introduce Ash as maybe like a partner to the main character on this movie, which I'm for some reason having trouble remembering.
So maybe in a sequel, Ash is somebody that pops up and plays a more significant role in the movie.
Misty or something. Brock. Ooh, they could introduce Brock, because Brock has been in a few Pokemon universes. Brock is the like really original like rock type gym trainer.
Okay. Well, but I saw that R logo. To me, it looked like a Team Rocket logo.
I didn't notice that.
And
now that I'm talking about it.
Yeah, to me, it looked like a Team Rocket logo, and there was no mention of Team Rocket. To me, maybe that's an Easter egg. Maybe that's a hint that there is a second movie coming that Team Rocket is going to play a role in. Because otherwise, I mean, there wasn't an R. What does the R stand for? It's just R. We call these vials of purple gas R.
It's just like it's Project R or whatever. I can't remember what they called them.
It wasn't obviously tied to any other word that started with R. It was just an R logo on all of the vials of purple gas, and they just called it R. So to me, that may be an Easter egg for a sequel.
Yeah.
We'll look it up online and maybe throw a link in if there's some rumors out there. Maybe a sequel's already been confirmed for all we know. Like I said, we didn't really look into it before this video. I guess let's finish it off this way. Which Pokemon in the movie were you happiest to see, or that you thought was the coolest rendering in the movie? Like, what was the coolest Pokemon in the movie for you? We'll make it a two-parter. Which was the coolest Pokemon you thought was in the movie, and which Pokemon wasn't in the movie, as far as we can tell, but that should have been. Okay, good, go.
For Pokemon that was in the movie that I thought had the best rendering, I think it was probably Gengar. I thought they did a good job with Gengar.
Which one's Gengar again?
Gengar's the one that was fighting against this guy in that scene. He was like the freaking purple gat. So remember when they went into that fighting arena?
Oh yeah.
That weird purple creature that was like bouncing around and like basically beating the crap out of him.
Yep.
That I thought they did a good rendering of him because they had to get. Because at first I was like, is that just like Ghastly? Because that's like it's one of its base forms. I was like, is it just Ghastly? Because I could see like purple gas and like some sort of figure, and Ghastly is basically just like a ball with gas surrounding it. So I was like, is that just Ghastly? But then I saw Gengar and I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because I thought they did a rendering of how it uses its powers of like teleporting and using the gas and whatever. So I thought they did a good job rendering Gengar.
So which is the Pokemon that you wish was in the movie but you really didn't see much of, if any?
Okay. So the Pokemon I wish they put in the movie, I don't think this would make sense to the actual like plot of the movie, and that's probably why they didn't put it in there. But I think it would be interesting to see how they would render up Tortuga.
Sort of review of the movie. Anything you want to say?
Yes, I want to talk about one of the references to the original Pokemon. So in one of the scenes, they're on one of the Torterra turtle things that they had like growth programs for. I'm taking that away from you for a second, so we don't put it on Dad's head. So one of the references they did is Pikachu and what's his face over here were on one of the Torterras with Psyduck and what's her face, and so they were all on the thing, and then they started moving. The Torterra started moving, and a little pebble came down and hit Pikachu, and he was basically, like, dead. So,
I know, right? Like, he's a super powerful Pokemon, and, like, a rock hits him in the head, and he's dead.
So, you probably know where I'm going with this, people who are watching who know Pokemon. In the original game of Pokemon, rock-type Pokemon are extremely powerful against electric-type Pokemon, and Pikachu is an electric-type Pokemon, and a rock hit him, which is part of a rock-type move.
Yeah, it just barely hit him too.
Like, it was, like,
bonked. It was like this big a rock, and it went bonk.
So
And he
basically,
was out.
imagine a pebble that just goes, hit you in the head like that. Like, he was fucking out. So the reference is that basically electric type does like nothing to rock type, and rock type does a ton of damage to Pikachu and stuff. But one of the other references I'm pretty sure is that Torterra is I think he's either grass or rock type. It might be both. I'm not sure. I haven't played Pokemon in a long time. Don't judge me. But I say that was a very clever reference where they had a tiny little pebble touch Pikachu, knock him out basically completely, even though it was basically just a little pebble. I thought that was a good reference to the fact that rock types is extremely powerful against... Because, like, a rock type move, if it's powerful enough, can delete an electric type Pokemon.
So, a nice throwback reference for those of you who grew up with Pokemon. That's our review. If you like this video, we have other vlogs up. You can check out our spoiler-filled review of the Avengers Endgame, which came out a week or two ago at this point. You can also check out our PAX East 2019 vlog video. We have some throwback vlog videos like doing a paintball target practice with Fortnite characters.
That's a really old one back in like... That we filmed that way back in like season 4, season 3 times. Yeah. It's like season 9 now.
So that's a throwback from like a year ago, something like that. So we also have a lot of gameplay videos. Of course, most of you who are subscribers to this channel follow us for our Fortnite videos, so keep watching for those. We also cover a lot of other games. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one of my personal favorites. Feel free to like and subscribe. Check out your notification bells so that you can see it every time we post something new, because we just do that. Okay, that's good. Bye-bye.